pregnant, and alone? You have options. The Sanctuary of Hope offers expectant mothers ages 12 to 22 a place to live, medical care, counseling, continued education, and options to raise your baby in a loving environment or help you with adoption. We want to help provide you and your baby with a bright future. Call us or email us today and let's walk through this together. 210-499-1554 or sohcares.org. All inquiries are confidential.
The Dear Agency specializes in helping you understand your coverage before you need it. We offer all lines of personal and commercial insurance, including auto, home, and life. Contact Dawn Deere at 210-507-2169 and visit us at 7529 North Loop 1604 in Live Oak, Texas, or farmersagent.com/ddeer.
You are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Hey, this is I Am Refocused Radio, your host, Shamaya Reed. Once again, 9:30 a.m. The Answer Studios on the 12th floor. I got the one and only BayBay McClinton, the legend here in San Antonio, Texas, coming here this morning to talk about what's going on in his world. I want to welcome him to the show and say, what's up?
What's up, my brother, man? I'm over here munching on your mama's cookie.
Oh, yeah, man. We had some little Scooby snacks today before we got going on the program. But on a serious note, man, BayBay has been supporting us for a long time. You see, someone's booking a appointment right now with BayBay. That's how busy he is. But when you see how things progress over time, I mean, you have a new location. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Davies Entertainment. You got a new thing going with him. Great things going on with boxing. We're going to get into that later in the show. But before we get into all that, man, what's been new with All Sports Fitness, man? What's going on with you, man?
Man, it's been a blessing, man. I've just been busy. You know, we're going on 22 years this year.
Wow.
You know, I'll be 59 coming up this year. And people be looking at me, man, you don't even look your age, bro. Because
yeah.
It's the way I train. Now, I don't eat good all the time, y'all, so right. I don't want y'all thinking I'm that perfect guy because I love to eat.
Yeah.
But I know my body, too. Mm-hmm. But you just got to take care of your body in the right way and train the right way. And that's what it's all about. And I just been blessed, man. God has been so good to me. You know, I'm still trying to get this book out, man. It's hard, but I'm going to do this book this year. I'm going to go ahead and do it. People have been asking me when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to take time off, probably get away, and then try to knock this book out.
And for those who are listening, they're not aware of the book that you're working on, that you've been working for a while now. What's the book about? You don't have to disclose the title, but what's the book about?
It's almost like my journey, things that I went through. I'm not going to tell you a lot of stuff because I want y'all to buy the book. But when I was living in Europe, things came up and it was rough, and my family don't even know that. So it would be in that book. Only a few people know that went on during that period, and I just want people to read it and know how I overcame that situation.
And being that entrepreneur, man, we always got those ups and downs. And speaking of that, these athletes that you train, that you work with day in, day out, what's some of the best practices that you do with each individual? Because I know each one has their own little different
everybody's
spin.
Everybody's different, man. Man, my thing is, man, I always have my gospel music going. You never know what people are going through. And maybe that music can probably touch them or minister to them on what's going on in their life, or they may come, hey, baby, I got this situation. And, you know, I try my best to try to help them out. But other than that, man, you know, we deal with all kind of characters up in that gym, man. And I just try to deal with it the best way I can.
And people watching on Facebook, little teaser, you got that little thing on your hat.
Oh, heck, yeah.
Let's break that down for the audience. What is that about?
Man, you know what it's all about. We brought this up. You said, man, fear and faith, man, you need to do that. And I came up with the brand. The F going back the other way for fear, and then faith is going the right way. And just like I always tell people, the devil will give you fear, but God will give you faith. And man, it's been going like hotcakes. And I'm gonna be wearing it. We got our national TV coming up March 14th with James going up in DC. He's fighting in DC. He's the main event, and I'm gonna have my cap on, man. It's gonna be the first time people gonna see it on national TV.
And that's what it's about, because that whole concept, I love that concept of fear is it's temporary.
Yep. And
it's funny how we can allow fear prevent us from going to the next step. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's so easy, when you're growing and you're mentoring, you get caught up in some things, and that can damage your whole future.
Right. But you can't be scared, because God got your back. And that's when you got to walk out on faith.
Man, it's like you've been listening to my podcast shows. We just said that last week.
Dude, you got to walk out on faith, man. Everybody be asking me, baby, how you do this, how you do that. Ain't nothing but favor. You got to walk out on faith, bro. And you can't be scared. If you believe, you got to walk out on faith. Everything I do is walk out on faith. Sometimes my wife, I can't believe you did this. But how did you do it? I said, ain't nothing but God. I walk out on faith. And I tell everybody to come in my gym. I said, dude, it's all about faith. It's all about faith. And that's what it is. And I know I've been through a whole lot. And it wasn't God on my side, and my mama praying, and my whole family praying, dude. That's what sent me through all that. Got me through all the things I've been through.
And that experience, that's what makes the difference of someone who wants to do something and someone who just do it.
Right.
I mean, we just, not too long ago, we all know about the late Kobe Bryant and Gigi and the others who suffered that horrific accident.
Right.
But not too long ago, we was talking about with Josh Hurt, how you're born as an original. So on that episode, we made a tribute to Kobe, but we was like, man, you too, whoever's listening, you can make an impact in your community as well.
Right.
It's stop comparing yourself to others. Stop trying to be a copy. Be the original that you're purposed to be.
You got to be the original, dog. Everybody be asking me, well, baby, what makes your training different? Because I am different.
There you go.
I'm different. I'm not just going to be that trainer that's at Goals or at Lifetime. I want to be that dude that's going to help you, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. And that's what it's all about. And it's funny you said something about Kobe, man. Everybody asked me, well, baby, did you ever meet Kobe? I said, yeah, I did. This is when I was working with the Spurs. And they said, well, Kobe's coming in the weight room. This is when we were in the playoff, and he was going through all that court stuff. And he came into the weight room, was at the AT&T Center. And I said, man, I got to say something to him. And he came in, and I said, man, God got your back. And he was like, huh? I said, dude, God got your back, and I'm praying for you. He said, man, nobody ain't never told me that.
Wow.
And so we started talking. And then in the next game he had, we were out on the court talking and stuff. And he was just telling me how tired he was going back and forth, man. I said, man, I want to get you this book. And it's called The Purpose-Driven Life. He said, man, I ain't never heard of that book. I said, well, it's going to tell you what your purpose is in life. He said, man, get it for me, man. I really want it. I said, okay, I'll get it for you. And I told him, I said, look, there's one thing I want to tell you. He said, what is that? I said, I don't want your autograph, and I don't want no picture with you. He looked at me like I was like, because most people want an autograph.
Yeah, that's the first thing they want.
I said, dude, I don't want nothing from you, bro. And I told him, who I trained. And he said, oh, okay, cool. But I told him, I said, dude, I don't want nothing from you. And I said, and the one thing I did tell him, I said, I'm not going to get my blessing if I don't tell you this. And he said, man, I really appreciate that. He said, man, I really want that book. So when we were warming up, we were out on the court, and I was facing the Spurs warming up. He came behind me and hugged me.
Wow.
And I was like, man, who the heck is this? And then Bruce Bowen came up to me. He said, what's that all about? I was like, man, I don't know. But nobody knew that I was talking to him.
Yeah.
And that's what you're supposed to do. I didn't want nobody to know that. And people be like, well, how we know? It ain't none of your business.
Exactly.
All I know, and God knows, that was between me and Kobe. and then to have nobody else's business in it. And people go, well, I want to see a picture. I don't need no picture.
Right.
And that's what it wasn't about that. I was trying to reach his soul. And that's what it was all about.
And that's real. That's really powerful. That's an exclusive right here on the show. But that I like what you just said. You were talking about how you don't need to archive a picture.
Nope.
You don't need a autograph, whatever.
God already got that.
Yeah, and
he got that from me already. He's the one who recorded that.
There you go.
He recorded it. Nobody don't have to believe me. I told my family about it and stuff, but nobody, you know how people out. You ain't tell nobody. You didn't do that. You know what? If you don't believe me, only God knows, and Kobe knew.
Exactly.
And that's what counted. That's all I wanted to count, was him to know that hey, I'm not going to get my blessings if I don't tell you about what's going on. And for him to say nobody ain't never told him that, that was huge. That was huge. And then come up behind me and hug me. That was cool.
See, it's those moments too, like in sports history, where I believe there's probably more stories out there like that, where people had more personal interaction with Kobe, and
but it's not seen on TV.
Yeah,
and it wasn't meant for TV. This was between me and Kobe and God. That's all I wanted to have it.
And that's powerful, because like this ties in what we're talking about with the whole like making an impact in community and
right.
and all that stuff. Because when people know those moments, they come and go, but like they don't always come. Right. So when you don't live in that moment and you plant that seed, you know, you speak up and try to do something nice for somebody, where it's just like, hey, keep your head up, or hey, keep grinding.
Right.
It's those small little seeds that will stay with that individual for the rest of their life.
Right. And you got to plant that seed.
And what year was that again?
That was back, remember when he was going through the court case up in Denver.
Okay. Yeah. That's right.
And
wow.
And I just reached out to him. I'm just like, dude, I don't want nothing from you. I'm not gonna get my blessing if I don't tell you this. And he said, man, nobody ain't never told me this.
Man, wow.
And that was between me and him. And I was just like, I was blessed because I was figuring out how I was gonna do it. Because I was like, all right, God, I'm gonna do this, and I'm just gonna pray about it. Because sometimes you don't know how they're gonna react.
Yeah. You don't want to come across the wrong way.
Right.
Like you're just trying to say something.
And he stopped me, because I was like, oh, he may get mad, or and he said, man, nobody never told me that.
Yeah. And during that time, wow,
he needed that.
That was a good message.
He needed that. Yeah. And then I saw him when he was out on the court shooting, and then we stopped, and he came up, we was on the table, on the scoring table, we were just talking. He said, man, I'm just so tired. And I said, well, man, I'm going to give you this book. He said, man, give it to me. And the next game we had, I gave it to him.
That's big, man.
And I signed it to him, put a little scripture in there, man, and I just gave it to him. He said, man, I appreciate it.
See, that's what it's about, because when we say, like, make an impact in community, like, Kobe is a legend, Gigi was going to be a legend.
Yeah.
When we tell people, like, hey, you too can be a legend in your community, it doesn't matter what you do, doctor, lawyer, whatever. Like, whatever your purpose is, whatever your calling is, be a legend in that, because you are the original fingerprint of your work.
Just be a blessing to people, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't, if you out there and, man, people know you out there and you so-called like a celebrity, man, be humble about it.
Yeah.
Don't act all stuck up and you can't be approachable. That's one thing I can't stand.
Yeah.
When you know you out there and people be like, oh, baby, people know you. And that's one thing, when people come up to me, I try to be as generous as possible, because you don't know who these people are. You don't know who's watching you. And I mean, people come up to me all the time. My wife be like, man, you know everybody. Why are everybody coming? But it's just been a blessing on how God has blessed me, because people have seen me like on TV, on the news, on my training and stuff like that. But I just try to be humble as heck. I mean, that's what it's all about, just being humble.
And speaking of being humble, man, like, you have some big things happening. big things happening in the future.
Yeah.
It's a big fight that's going to be going down pretty soon. And I know you can't release a whole lot of special details, but give us a little teaser, the audience, of what's to come in the future.
Well, Kirkland is back. James Kirkland is back. We thought it was going to take maybe 4 or 5 fights before he get back on national TV. It took him 2 fights. Mm-hmm. And now he's fighting in a main event in D.C. at the MGM.
Wow.
On March the 14th. It's going to be crazy. This boy's been training his butt off. And Fox came down about 2 weeks ago and shot him working out. Mm-hmm. So they're going to show this probably on the 8th, a week before the fight.
Wow.
It's almost like a 24/7 and all access to the fight. And so the guy who was over the Fox camera crew, the producer, he was watching him train. They were there for 2 days. And you know me, I'm gonna take you through it. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Oh my God!" He said, "Man, what the hell y'all be doing?" And I said, "It's just the way we train." Mm-hmm. And I mean, and then he sparred the next day. And when he saw him spar, he was just like, "Oh my God!" He said, "This dude is 35 years old and he's getting stronger as he go." And after he just had a hard workout the day before.
I hate to be in that ring.
Dude, the boy is focused.
Yeah.
But just like I told the guy, I said, look, I trained him to try to take somebody's soul.
Yeah.
I said, because this is a beautiful sport,
mm-hmm.
but I'm going to train you. When you step in that ring, I want you to take his soul.
It's like either you're going to eat or you're going to get eaten.
That's right. And that's why I told him, we got to go eat. Take that dude's soul, mm-hmm. and let's go and get on out. And I mean, he's so focused right now. I'm so happy for him on all the things he's been through. Because, I was with him in the Canelo fight when he got knocked out. And for him to come back like this is it. This is his last chance around. He's 35, about to be 36.
Wow.
So, he signed with PBC.
Mm-hmm.
He got a 3-year fight deal with them. So that's huge for him on his way back. So this is his first fight on PBC, on Fox. And big things are really about to happen. And then we're getting ready for the other round 2 for the Alamo Dome fight night with the other fighters that we have in the stable. James won't be fighting on that one because, he'll be fighting on the 14th. But all the other ones, Eddie Ortiz, Daniel Baez, Ben Whitaker, Eddie Garza, and we got another kid called World Star. Man, I love this kid. I nicknamed him the Baby Joker from Next Friday because that's who he looked like.
That's funny.
But this dude, he's from Southwest High School, man. This kid can go. His name is Henry, and but they call him World Star, and this kid can go. I mean, he can go. So it's been a blessing working with Cameron and them with Davies Entertainment, and dude, just within a year, man, it blew up that quick.
Oh yeah.
And this started on Cameron's step at his warehouse talking about this, and it blew up like this.
Man, I'm gonna have to get him on the show too, man, because
y'all gotta get him back on.
Shout out to Davies Entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
that's good stuff.
Has Cameron been on?
Oh yeah, that one time.
That one time, you gotta get him back.
I'm getting back.
You gotta get him back
for the full interview.
Yeah, for the full interview, because Cameron like to talk too, so he love the full interview. But no, man, Cameron has been a true blessing too, man. I've been knowing Cameron for a while. Just like how we met, I have a 72 Cutlass that he did because he used to do custom cars. Mm-hmm. That's how we met. And then he got into the cruising kitchen, doing the kitchen trucks. And I mean, that dude is blowing up with those kitchen trucks, man. It's been to see him grow. It's been really a blessing, man. He's a good guy, really good guy.
Yeah, because when you have that vision, man, it's like no one can take that because now they're just being influenced by your original source.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because just like there will never be another Kobe, there'll never be another Jordan, there'll never be another LeBron James. The whole list just goes on and on.
No.
It's because they're their original source of who they are.
Exactly.
And there's so much talented athletes, not just basketball, all sports. There's so much talent out there. It's the same situation. Like your name is big because of your work.
And that's what it's all about. I tell my boys that. I said, look, all I can do is give you my good name. That's all I can give you.
The rest is up to you.
The rest is up to you, bro. The rest is up to you. And I remember my dad told me that. He said, son, all I can do is give you my good name. He was. My dad was huge in the community, huge at his church. He worked for the city. And I remember going down to the city. He always used to take me to all these offices, meeting people and stuff like that, judges and councilmen and stuff like that, man. And I didn't know how big my dad was, but my dad was a people person, and he was a good man, and people knew that. And I remember when he passed away, I know the mayor wrote a letter and did all that for him because he was a good guy. He was a good guy, man. My oldest brother always say, you remind me of your daddy. You just like your daddy. And that's how I am, man. You know, I always want to mingle with people, meet people and stuff like that, man, because that's what it's all about, man. It's all who you know in this world. And I just try to get out there and try to meet as much people as I can.
And before we wrap up this podcast, you talked about meeting people. That's all about getting outside of your comfort zone, because a lot of times we can get comfortable,
right,
in where we are in life. And I'm starting to see, like, whenever you become comfortable, you start to get comfortable results.
There
like,
you go.
You can only get the results you want to have on the level of your intensity.
And it's funny you said that because they just hired this coach at this one high school. I'm not going to say the high school, but my son went to school there. And those coaches been there for many years, but they got lazy.
Yeah.
And they wasn't getting results. So the coach saw that and he retired. So they thought that the other assistants thought they were going to get the job. But they went out and got another coach and they all quit because they got lazy. They got complacent. It's time for a new thing. When you get like that, you can start seeing the kids. The kids are not into it.
Yeah, they tune out.
They tune out. And so your football program's going to go bad too. So they needed that. I'm glad they got new blood in there, because they needed that shake up, because everybody get content, get lazy, because they've been there for many years, so they think they're, how you say it?
They reached their peak.
Yeah, reached their peak, or they just like, hey, I'm still going to get a paycheck. Yeah. Even though if we ain't losing, even though we are losing, I can still get a paycheck. But that's not fair to the kids, and that's not fair to the parents.
Yeah.
Because they're complacent. They got too relaxed. So I'm glad you said that, because it's the truth. If I lack in my training, my box is gonna look like trash.
Yeah, y'all.
Or my football players are gonna look like trash.
If y'all sipping tea and eating some Krispy Kremes, that's not gonna help.
Eating on your mama's cookies, one or two. I ain't giving these cookies up, Mama. I'm keeping these cookies to myself. I ain't even taking them home.
It's moderation too, because it's like you don't want to be extreme, but you do want to have a sound balance in your approach. Because, for example, keep bringing Kobe up, but I can't help it. When you looked at his life and see how he was able to make time for his family, make time for the community events and activities he wanted to be a part of, it just showed you where his mind was.
Yep.
And you look at any athlete that's out there,
but the way he trained, though,
that's the key.
The way he trained, it's something coming out. I did something about a month ago. I can't say, but y'all read about it. It's gonna be on ESPN, and it's about the NBA and how these dudes train. Man, these dudes right now, they so weak. They don't train like they should, and so it's a big old thing about to come out on that. But you look at the three big stars that kills it. You look at LeBron's body and how he has that determination that he's gonna take you to the end. You look at Kobe on how he used to cutthroat your behind, and then the master was Michael Jordan. And I never forget this. I don't know how you probably don't remember this, but when they had Detroit, the Bad Boys. When they played against Michael Jordan, they beat his ass so bad. And guess what Michael Jordan said? I'm about to go lift me some weights. That ain't going to happen no more. And it didn't. He knew what he had to do. But why are these guys getting away from lifting weights in the NBA? I don't understand that. They're going with these rubber bands. Rubber bands ain't going to do nothing for you. You got to hit those weights. Because I remember when I was working with the Spurs, that's why we was winning all those championships, man. We were lifting.
Yeah.
We were lifting. Now that everybody want to go to all this functional stuff, man, we don't want to hurt. Man, please. You better go lift some weights like them cavemen did. So that's what it's all about.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they over there babysitting them dudes, man. Man, you got to go hard. And that's one thing about me, man. Everybody be laughing when they come in my gym. I said, look, I ain't here to babysit. This ain't no daycare. We're going to put this work in.
So there's no yoga at Baby McClinton.
Man, you going to make me cuss up over here.
Yeah, no yoga, y'all. No.
Look.
We're doing some grown stuff here.
God, please.
But no, that ties in what we're talking about. The whole conversation today is all about the intensity that you bring to the table. That's what sets the tone.
Dude.
When you walk in the room, people should be like, oh, snap, so-and-so's here.
You want to feel that aura when you come in there.
Yeah.
And people know when I step in that room, it's an aura on my head, and then people see it. We about to get down.
Yeah. And they take you more serious, too.
They take you more serious.
Because they know that you're coming with that intensity that,
yes,
you know, it's not that I'm crazy. It's that I'm focused, and this is what I want. This is what I expect.
And I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
You got to be passionate about it. And that's why I be trying to tell my little interns and them. I be like, dude, you got to have passion. You got to have that aura when you come in here. If you ain't got that aura, man, them athletes going to eat you up.
Yeah.
And when you walk in that room, you got to have a presence. In any room, I don't care if you're walking in a weight room or even if you're walking around, have a presence about yourself. Like, man, who the heck is that dude? Mm-hmm. And that's what it's all about, man, is having a presence. You don't have to have an arrogant presence, but you can have a presence that people want. I want what he got. Mm-hmm. What it is, I don't know what he doing, but I want what he got.
And we see that, before we wrap up, we see that with the music industry. I mean, you name all the greats. I mean, just go right to the hip-hop world. I mean, commercially, everything. They influence everything in this world, yes, from products, everything.
Right.
NBA. That's what a lot of young people, when they look up to the artists, whatever, they're like, man, yeah, I want what they got. Well, they're coming with that intensity.
You got to come with it. You got to work towards it.
And despite on how people feel about hip hop or whatever, you can't deny the power of influence they have.
Dude,
you can hear a song, dude, just the instrumental.
You got some of these white boys riding down the street listening to it. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah,
cause they be pulling up in my parking lot. They be blasting that music. I be like, man, what the heck you listening to? And they, oh man, I like, long you ain't got no end in it, you good,
right? Yeah.
But it's natural for them though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It just gets that. It gets that flow. That energy start flowing.
Yes.
Because you hear a certain beat, man. You just like, man, you about to take over the world,
man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm sure. I know you say you play gospel music and stuff in the gym, but I know if you ever throw some hip hop or something in there, man, people gonna be like,
we do. Don't get me wrong, we don't play straight gospel all the time, but they do. They come in there. Sometimes I got to tell them to tone it down because I don't like all that cussing.
Oh yeah.
And don't get me wrong, people, I do cuss sometimes, but look, I just don't like all that cussing, MF and N, because, you know, we got young kids, we got women that come in there.
Yeah, respect.
They got to be respectful.
Yeah.
And they be, oh, baby, people like listening to it. And you know what's so crazy about it? When I tell some of the parents or the ladies, oh, no, I let my kids listen to that. I'd be like, let me shut my butt up then. So I guess everybody's used to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm just old school. I can only take it for so much. Mm-hmm. I get tired of hearing all that MF, in this, women do that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm old school. And, you know, what I really like is that new Kanye West, that Sunday Service album. Yeah. I play that every day. And I mean, the kids love it because it's upbeat. Yeah,
the music, production, arrangement, the way he used the instruments.
Dude.
Like, you talking about just genius.
You ought to see all the young people that come in there when I play it, like the whites, the blacks, the Hispanic kids. Mm-hmm. They be like, man, I said, you'll go to church if you heard that in church, wouldn't you? They like, heck yeah.
And speaking of Kanye, like, it's crazy to see him now. When you said that, he started to make music that kind of, he's trying to purposely attract all.
And then everybody's trying to, he ain't for real. You know what? We ain't the one to judge.
Exactly. It's not our position.
He got to deal that with God. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad he's trying to direct that way to try to get positive. Them young kids back into the church. Mm-hmm. I'm praying that he's for real. If he ain't, that's between him and God. Mm-hmm. We ain't the one to judge. But hey, if he come to San Antonio, my black behind gonna be right there. Because I love it. I do. I love it. I really do.
Hey, you never know, man.
Hey, did you see Justin Bieber singing "Never Would Have Made It" with the group?
No, I not.
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. You got to check it out. He was with his group, and he was singing "Never Would Have Made It." He did good. I was proud of him. He did good. You could tell he was a little nervous. Yeah, but he killed it. He did
a collab with somebody. It was out the country. I can't remember right now because my mind just went blank. Perfect timing. But it was a really inspirational song that he did outside the country, and it was almost like Drake's God's Plan type music video. Okay, because he was traveling, but it was specific to like some of these individuals, and he was like he gave a car away to this girl, and because she was like a hard worker and she was doing some community service.
So that's what I'm talking about, dude.
And like,
I wish I can. I hope one day I want to get to that level where I can start
a car.
Just give away. You get a car. You get a car. Yeah. But you know what, man? I'm whatever I have, I try to help people. I really do. It ain't all about money. Sometimes you just got to do it. Mm-hmm. Just give your time. That's what it's all about. But when God do bless me, if I can get a lot of money, man, that's what I really want to do is give back and help people.
And that's at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's like people will say, it's about paying it forward, because we always say on the show, like, you're paying someone's medicine, but also your gift, whatever your gift is, man, give it, man. Like, you give it every day by training every day, sacrificing for the hard times so you can be prepared for the great times, right? Because when you're training and you're working, that's not always fun. Sometimes it is, but it's not always fun, because most of the time you're learning and you're failing.
But it drains you. Yeah. Believe it or not, man, I love what I do. Mm-hmm. Don't get it twisted. I love, but that really drains you because
it tests you.
Because you try to give them that energy, and that energy from them is draining from you because they drawing from you. Yeah. And then when I'm finished training, dude, I be tired. I ain't gonna lie, I be tired as heck. I do.
And you got to recover from those sessions and seasons, because once you get into that position where you're ready to win, it's because all that stuff you did to prepare. Right. Just like the LeBrons, just like the Kobe's, just like the MJs. It's all about building yourself for that moment. So once again, thanks for BayBay McClinton coming out on I'm Refocused Radio.
Man, we over, aren't we?
Oh, we good. Oh, okay, okay. But before we let you leave, man, drop us your website real quick.
Yes, you can go to www.allsportsfitness.net. You can get the cap. We got the T-shirts on there now. So check us out. Check us out March the 14th with James on Fox Sports. He's going to be the main event. I think the week before that, they're going to be showing a workout with him at my gym. That's going to be pretty exciting.
Well, there you go. That's I'm Refocused Radio. Man, like we always say on every single show, keep God first, stay focused, and peace.
Hi, San Antonio. Need a barber? Visit our good friend Rico Rodriguez, the owner of Rockefeller's Barbershop in San Antonio, Texas, 1733 Babcock Road, and book your appointment today by calling 210-782-5188.